Kai convinced, wait a minute. Kai convinced Trina not to go to the police. I said, so why y'all playing detective then? Past few days, even longer than that, actually, we watched y'all sit y'all tails up here and play detective. And you mean to tell me y'all don't want to go to the police because y'all don't want to incriminate yourself, but y'all going to Alexis? I said, do y'all think that she gonna actually do the right thing? Because they went to her at the end of the episode and they said that they knew who shot Drew. Willow and Drew was celebrating. Drew tells Carla that she won't be able to see the kids, and she made the drink go in his face. And Willow was just standing up there smiling and stuff. I said, you gonna get caught, girl. I said, he gonna call her because she landed on thick. She was telling him about how, remember when Jason had beat him up or whatever? She was talking about how Jason was bruised in his handsome face. I said, Drew. I almost called him Jason. I said, Drew, she landed on thick for a reason. I said, you gonna get caught. Even if they don't charge you, Drew gonna get you, girl. But yeah, Tracy confronted Alexis about setting her up. She ended up telling her that Willow's not innocent. I said, right. Brad tells Britt that Jason will break her heart about how it's going to be 50 people in front of her that he'll save before he gets to her. I said, you know what? Or 50 people that he'll put before her. I said, you know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But you're wrong at the same time. Mind your business. But yeah, was just telling her that Jason will break her heart. Sonny's still waiting on Sidwell to mess up. And the last thing is that Michael convinced Jacinda to stay. But hey, y'all. Welcome back to another video. This is for General Hospital, January 9th, 2026. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. What did y'all think of the episode? I was trying to look up the spoilers and see if they said anything or gave any hint about what's going to happen. They said something about Willow's supposed to wait to see, what they say to her and stuff like that. They said Alexis is floored. But they ain't give us nothing. No hint, no nothing. They ain't give us no hint, no nothing. I don't know how it's going to go. But yeah, what y'all think Alexis is going to do? What is she gonna do? But yeah, I was like, man, why did they have these folks go find out the truth if they weren't gonna be able to do nothing about it, or they was just gonna go to Alexis? But okay. We're gonna start with Brad and Britt. He was questioning her about her birthday and New Year's or whatever, New Year's Eve. Where was she? He called the hospital, she went there and stuff. She was like, she needed something he couldn't get her. And he was like, who was it? And he realized it was Jason, and he felt some type of way about it. And the whole scene with them. Well, before that, he mentioned cold fusion and stuff like that. And he already talking too much. She told you that you ain't supposed to be out saying it in public. But yeah, he felt some type of way about Jason. The whole scene was about him trying to convince her that Jason gonna break her heart, saying it's gonna be 50 people in front of her. He's never gonna put you first. And I said, he don't say to me right now, we saying right now, because we all know that it's always gonna be Carly and her family, or Sonny and his family or whatever. But right now, he don't repeatedly show that he got her back. Now, if that ain't enough to tell the truth, I don't know what. Oh, that's another thing. They said that Britt gets threatened next week. Now, more than likely, it's going to be through Sidwell, or it might be Brandon. I don't know at this point. But she's supposed to get threatened, and I said that's exactly why she need to tell Jason. That's exactly why. That's why he on the show to save people. Might as well tell him. But yeah, tell me, so he gonna break your heart and I'll be there for you with ice cream and all this other stuff. I said, shut up. You over here acting like Jason did something to you. I said, didn't he take what is Michael to Jason? His uncle. So what the Wiley would be? His great nephew? Either way it go. You over here taking people kids and stuff and you act like they done did something to you. You act like they done did something to you. But yeah, and she was saying, no, Jason's not like that. Jason don't view me this way. He done saved my life and he been there for me and stuff. I said, exactly, tell him. Exactly, tell him. Because what Brad think this is, Laura and Sonny, she was saying how she had to have Kevin take Ace and talked about Sidwell and stuff like that. She ended up saying that she wanted to contact Luke or whatever, but she knew she couldn't, and they was talking about Luke. Sonny said at the end of their scene how, Sidwell's already messing up with the whole Lucy thing. Oh, she told him about Ava and Sidwell, and I said she a little too excited about this because I still don't get it. But she was telling Sonny, and I was like, okay, what else? Because I'm still not getting it. And Sonny said that, he think it's about the fact that Ava is Avery's mom. I had to think of the girl name. That Ava is Avery's mama or whatever, so he think that's what it's about. So he was like, they just gotta wait or whatever until he mess up, because he already messing up as it is, but we gotta wait on him. I said fake mobster. I will forever say that, because I know we don't see Sonny do things or order things to happen and stuff like that, but lately he remind me of Anna. Y'all know how back in the day how Anna was and stuff, but lately when we seen her, she always crying and stuff after they ordered the same. And they said something about Anna on next week's episode too, but I can't remember. I just know they was talking about Anna on next week's episode. But yeah, that was it for them. Excuse me, for Laura and Sonny. They said they had just gotta wait until see what messes up. Michael and Jacinda, he wanted her to explain herself, so she did. She explained herself about Ezra and stuff, and she was saying how she just wanted to see what it would be like to date him, and basically he forgave her, and he convinced her to stay in town. I said, yeah, now get Christina her money back, girl, because you could have told him the truth. You could forget all that extra stuff. You could have told him the truth. But yeah, what else? Alexis and Tracy. Tracy came in, confronted her, said she set her up, said she don't even care if Michael did it or not, and she was like, basically Willow innocent, and she don't want an innocent woman to go to jail. She's like, Willow's far from innocent. And she gonna see it next week. She finna see it next week. I said, yeah. And Trina and them was saying also that it was premeditated, it was calculated, whatever. And wanted to know, oh, she just did it, and she was like, oh no, she did it. Wait, no, like it wasn't. No, how do you explain it, y'all? What I'm trying to say? I know it's premeditated, but it wasn't like she did it in shock. Oh, a crime of passion. That's what it was. But yeah, well, we're gonna talk about them in a minute. Did we finish Alexis and Tracy? I think she's supposed to be. I think she's supposed to realize who did it on next week's episode. Who's the one who told Alexis about her and Michael? What else? Drew and Willow. They was just celebrating and stuff. And once again, she was landing on thick. She was saying how, it's all because of you, Drew. We're here because of you and everything. You can tell, like, it's different from before. It's different from before. They was talking about Jason and stuff because Jason and Carla had walked in. Drew was upset that they was there and they felt the need to stay after what they put Willow through and everything. Then talking about some I don't know, she mentioned Jason first or he did, but they was talking about it. She was like, when I first seen your handsome face and the bruises that Jason had on there, and how she felt about it. I said, girl, you laying it on thick. You let her think. I mean, he is handsome, but that's besides the point. That's besides the point, girl. Over here don't try to manipulate him. And I was like, Drew, it's time to wake up. And a lot of people were saying when Drew realizes what she did, if he don't already know as it is, he gonna be highly upset. Now, at first, I thought they was gonna go with the storyline that they both was in it together. But now we see that she's just a psychopath. And people still saying they hope that she get the charges dropped. And I was like, what? They said if they do drop the charges that they can't, bring her up on no more charges because of that. But I want to know how it's going to go next week. And apparently it's not going to happen till later next week, too. I said, now we know. We've been waiting to find out. We know who it is now. I said, I hope they get her. One way or another, I hope they get her because she thinks she's slick. I knew that day she was creeping in the dog. Remember I said, look at her sneaking in the house. I said, Wilder and them supposed to be going to school, so why is she sneaking in the house? She was bringing that doggone weapon back. And I was like, Michael had to have seen it to know that she had planted it there. He had to have known it to go take it back. If he didn't, he was trying to set her up. But yeah, I said he had to have known. She done snuck there and everything. Oh, Brooklyn's supposed to defend Chase on next week's episode, so I don't know who's gonna be saying something to him, or what. Y'all think Tracy gonna be talking to Chase when she's saying it was you, or do y'all think she's gonna be talking to Martin? What else? I already said Drew and Willow was celebrating stuff. She was laying down talking about Jason Bruce, his handsome face or whatever. They see Carla and Jason. Carla and Jason was talking about whether or not Michael did it. I see, what? Jason had more faith in Michael than his own parents. Because Sonny and Carla think that he did it. Jason was like, if he had did it, he would have just told me. He would have just told me or whatever. And she's like, yeah, but, Alexis is building the case for 88 turn and everything, and how they're going to turn it on Michael, and they was just talking about that. Drew got his tail up and limped over there. He got a real fast. I'm so sick of him. I said, they just going to get him next. First Willow, then him. But yeah, so he done limped up over there or whatever. Talking to us about some, when they get the kids or whatever, he going to slam the door in Carly's face and just talking to us. I think before that, he told Jason, he do that stuff on purpose. He be trying to antagonize these folks so they could cause a doggone scene. But yeah, he started with Jason. He was like, I hope you know that when even if Alexis gets Willow off or whatever, Danny still can't see Scout. And then Alexis said that once she helps, that he gonna be able to see Scout. I said she probably ain't gonna be able to scout. She probably ain't gonna be a scout. She probably ain't gonna be able to see Scout either if she gets her off. But yeah, just talking about that. Jason got up. Jason had got up or whatever. He was talking to us to Carla about not letting us see the kids, and before Jason got to do anything, that's when Carla had knocked the drink in his face and everything, and Willow was just standing back there smiling and stuff. I said, yeah, girl, keep smiling, because it's only a matter of time before he catch you. It's only a matter you ain't gonna be able to hide it no more. You was doing a good job at first, but now we seen you slip out too much. Before, like, you hid it real good. You hid it real good, but now it's coming out. You hid it for too long, girl. Hold on. You hid it for too long, but yeah, what else? Kai and Trina. They old fake detective, Inspector Gadget tales. All this talk about this doggone twinkle twinkle little star. This twinkle twinkle little star, we gotta prove it's Michael. Oh, if it's Michael, we need Gio to call off Wilder phone or get Wilder to call his daddy. They said they was. I'm about to say hell bent. They was though. They was focused on turning Michael in. Then when they find out that she got the ringtone, Trina about just because he got the ringtone doesn't mean that it was her. Shut up. Was she the one who said that? Let me see. Let me see. Trina said the only thing they know is Willow has twinkle twinkle little stars, a ringtone, whatever. And she was like, they started talking about everything that has happened, and it all points to Willow, and she said they need to go to the police. Kai told my son, are you crazy? We ain't going to no police. Nah, but Kai said we can't go to the police. How we gonna explain that we was there? My fingerprints on the bag. Forget the bag. At this point, it doesn't matter. Cause they ain't brought it up all this time. So his fear is that the police will turn it on them, and she was like, maybe we can get immunity or whatever. But long story short, he convinced her not to go to the police. So they was like, we can't just sit here and do nothing. We got to do something. These fools don't went to Alexis. Now, I don't know if Alexis, first of all, I don't even know what Alexis could do. Secondly, that's her client, and she could only see Scout, allegedly, if she gets this girl off. I mean, the good news is they still would know the truth, even if Alexis don't do nothing about it. But at the same time, like, I don't know. But I think Trina Kai said something about if they don't come forward with the information or something like that, and Willow gets off, they ain't gonna be able to hold her accountable later and stuff. And so I want to know if they're gonna actually get her off. I said they need to send her to the crazy house. They need to send her to the crazy place. That needs to be what happens with her. It definitely does. I mean, she did know what she was doing, so maybe she ain't crazy. But the way she lost it, yeah, they could have just stuck with that. But yeah, they were here Inspector Gadget tell to my son. They don't know what to do. What the freak? But yeah, Alexis was working on the closing statements, whatever. They showed up. They was like, we know who shot Drew, and they supposed to be talking to her on Monday's episode. I said, good for nothing. They done did all this talk. And you mean to tell me y'all ain't gonna go to 88 turn on nobody? Somebody said they don't want to. Y'all seems to have forgotten that y'all was there in the first place. We want to sit up here and investigate. You did all that investigate. That's my thing. That's my takeaway. Y'all done did all this investigating and stuff. You mean to tell me now you don't want to go to the police? Somebody said her fingerprints are on the bed. Sweetheart, they don't care nothing about that bed apparently. I said they need to start fresh at the PCPD because there's so many pieces of evidence that they just brushed over. Somebody said if it was raining outside, then shouldn't the footprints been in the house? And I said, you know what, it should have, because they kept mentioning, they had said it was raining and stuff like that. Willow came in, she was soaking wet or whatever. I said, yeah, they some lousy detectives, ain't it? The fact that they didn't even get the video footage of his car there or their car there. And I think they said they had came through the back door too. Either way it goes, still supposed to be in there. But yeah, I said, too many pieces of evidence. But yeah, I think that's everything, y'all. Trina said that Willow knew exactly what she doing. It wasn't a crime of passion or anything like that. Excuse me. They was worried about Drew coming after them too. I think that's everything. I think that's pretty much everything, y'all. Oh wait, no, it ain't. Jason said something. I think Drew said something about Willow being found innocent, and he was like, no, she's gonna be found not guilty. There's a difference. I said exactly, because just because she found not guilty don't mean she innocent. Don't mean that she innocent, because she not. She not, but that's it. That's all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest.